Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay, my, oh, my, what a wonderful day. We've also got Crystal Palace away at Fulham as well, so got plenty of ones here. Plenty. Here we go. I mean, I don't think we'll get anybody, but, you know, might as well watch football while we're here. I might as well share it with you, I suppose. So here we are. Let's move away from the door, and we are live. Let's have a look what we have got. You know, I might even fill in my my scroll. Why not? I mean, you know, we'll fill in our scroll bar. So what do we have today? We have Fulham 0, Crystal Palace. I don't know why. I never really understood why it was called Crystal Palace. I wonder if anybody from Crystal Palace ever joins me. Don't think they do. To be interesting, I'm sure that there's some sort of Crystal Palace that used to be there. Then we've got Hull Luton. We've also got Watford versus Plymouth. And in League One, we have the mighty Charlton, who have been getting better and better as the last couple of weeks have come on. And they're happening to play Huddersfield, who are not doing that well. Although they have got better since they got rid of the manager, haven't they? We've also got Stockport. Now, Stockport are not doing too bad, actually. So, quite well. Who they play? Burton. The only one that's really a little bit one-sided, I think, is the Stockport-Burton one, isn't it? So, Stockport-Burton. We'll leave it at that. I think we don't tend to get League Two people in, but we will look at Accrington, Stanley, Bradford, Crewe Alexandra and Port Vale. Absolutely. So we will look at those. I'm just going to open up that one. Actually, we go there. There we are. So which one shall we look at? We actually can.
If you like, Lukic, the Serbian lumbering in late.
There we are. We've got
an obvious one there.
A Fulham game on, actually.
That'll allow the Eagles to get a foot on the ball. 6 minutes and they've scarcely touched it, and they do just that. Ball rolled round the back. Richards and Lacroix, Guay left if needed. And Fulham decided that they're not going to press them over the halfway line, just sitting back, inviting them on. They immediately win the ball back. The pace of Robinson does the trick. Bassey's forced back though, and then his touch is pretty poor. He finds Sander Berger, and then percentage ball out, but in fact he's better than that. Guerrero now scampering over the halfway line. He's got a look. Muniz on his inside. Decent looking enough ball into the box. Richards there with a very expansive back heel. Now they're fighting for it. There's a Palace player down in the deep. Our referee Darren England ignores that basically. The ball now with you will be left-footed. Then now swings the ball. It's a great ball to Willie. A little touch inside, maybe a chance. No, it isn't, because the defensive cover was back there, and that was Ismail Assar doing his defensive duty. A little bit of improv there from Fulham. Didn't quite work out.
It didn't quite work out, but it was definitely the right idea from Willian to try and find the man drifting in. I think it was Cecil Lukic, and obviously this time it didn't come off, but they have got a corner. I think he just needed a little bit more on that ball to try and find him.
They've got a bit of height about them, Fulham. Obviously, without Jimenez, the 6'4" Mexican, they're a little bit smaller. The ball comes into the far post, and it's a good defensive header away there from Guay, under massive pressure from Iwobi at that far post. Good defending that by the England man, just about able to clear his lines. Well, we thought this would be a fairly even contest. Certainly it's been a good beginning to the game, but Palace are nowhere in it right now. I'm just looking at that defensive header again from Guehi. Did a good job there because the ball had just looped over his teammate there, Chris Richards. And now Tyrant Mitchell's got a throw, and really for Palace just want to get a touch. Mateta can't control it, but the ball's going to break for them anyway. A little nod forward now, South trying to get there, but he's been well dealt with then. That was good defending by Sander Berger's, really good defensive screen. And now Willian is streaming forward down the left-hand side. He's got bodies around him, puts the ball to the edge of the box. Pereira takes a touch, but really he might have left that for Lukic, who was in a better position. Willian now on the scamper around, but Wharton keeps him honest, and the ball goes backwards.
Let's
again
see.
for Sander Berger. And now Robinson, and again
a bit loud, that isn't it?
racing the ball, passing it well.
So actually, I'm gonna have a quick look. Hopefully, he says, at the Charlton Huddersfield game. We'll try to find.
Up go the heads, and has that been headed out by Mitchell? I think it was drifting out.
Let's get the tablet. The tablet will give me the formation.
Ball into the box in the end from Robinson. I think Mitchell has to deal with it. It's definitely going to go out, but it's whether or not, obviously, Muniz and the two men on the back post could get a touch on the ball. So he definitely has to deal with that. Alex Iwobi is looming, but I think
Crystal Palace are defending a corner, as I saw on telly there. So Fulham are on the attack.
Goes on like this, they're going to lose. They can't get the ball. They're being played out. It's a bit like attacking defence right now. As another cross comes into the box, headed away at the near post. It breaks out. A shot deflected, and that's gone well wide in the end. Well, Joachim Andersen then found Jefferson Lerma's boot to deflect the shot away. I'm thinking, yeah, it's a good block really. I don't know if the keeper's blindsided by all the players in front. He might even have gone in. Yeah, definitely.
I'm actually trying to find. Oh, come on, Sky Football. There we are.
Jefferson Lerma underneath his body there, threw himself towards the ball. Of course, eventually gets it away, and I think it could have challenged the goalkeeper as the ball comes into the box.
Willian then with the corner kick.
We're looking at Charlton versus Huddersfield.
Get both hands on the ball.
Let's have a look.
Roll it out. It's like attack and defence.
So Charlton are playing 4-2-3-1. They're at home, so they really do very, very well in defence at home. And they've got that 4 back with a 2 sort of Doherty and Coventry. Connor Coventry can actually play defence, absolutely can. He'll be able to pull back into a 5 back line. See, that's it becomes a 5-3-1. No, 6-3-1 in fact, doesn't it? It becomes a 6-3-1, which is absolutely solid at the back. But they're really good at doing that. So, yeah, four staggered mid. Huddersfield, it's strange. Like, were they going for a 3-5-2? So they
got to the byline. The cutback looks good. Oh, it tangled up in the feet. The defence.
So yeah, they're No, very, very iffy. The back line, they both played 3. A 4 back line for Charlton, but the Charlton line is more defensive. The Huddersfield line is certainly a little bit more forward attacking. They're trying to make sure they get that midfield by putting not doing a staggered mid, so they're not wanting to pull, fight 2 back or push them forward. 3-5-2.
Swinging ball comes in, come off the first head. Oh dear me, Lequire heads it towards goal. He couldn't get anything on it. Then it bounced in front of the keeper.
Well, they got up front. Huddersfield have got Joe Taylor and Callum Marshall up front. Charlton have got Matty Godden. But they have got Thierry Small, Luke Berry, and Tyrese Campbell straight behind. I mean, come on. It's almost a 4-2-4, really, isn't it? Let's face it. It's like a 4-2-4 that can sink back if they really have to into a sort of almost like a 6-3-1.
There's a good little break by Sarr before wriggling round the back, because we know that Robinson wants to get forward, he wants to overlap. Traditionally, he's not
So that's that one.
too much, but it's Willian.
What else do we have? We have Stockport Burton.
I thought that'd be a yellow card, Dale, and it is.
Stockport in 5th. You see, Stockport now, if they win, go to 68 points. They'll be 2 games ahead of Wickham, but they're on 68. 3 points behind Wickham. However, Wickham do have 2 games in hand. But they're not playing that great. I keep saying this. I think that Wickham now are almost thinking, we desperately need to keep that second spot, but they're just starting to see Wrexham get some momentum. But let's face it, neither of them have really got great momentum at the minute. So that's going to be interesting. Stockport County are playing, oh my God, what is this? A 4-2-2-2. So they got back 4, then they got Baton Norwood, Holly Norwood in the middle, right, okay. And then they've got 2 wingers, Fevier and Collar. This is heavily wing-based, isn't it, for Stockport County? Down the side, and then they're into the 2 forwards, Wootton and Olaf. I'm not actually a fan of Olaf, to be quite honest, but yeah, we've got a strange one for Stockport County. Charlton! Charlton has scored! I mean, we've only just started, 39 seconds in, and it's Charlton 1. I'm looking at the lineups for Stockport County, and Joe Small kicks one in from the right-hand corner for Charlton. And just as I'm thinking that Stockport are going to play the wings, Charlton have played the wings, and it's Charlton 1, Huddersfield 0. Who'd have believed that this soon? 39 seconds in. 39, so I don't know what you're thinking about that, guys, but 39 seconds in, that has to be one of the quickest that I've seen. That's just unbelievable. Just too easy there, just too easy. Huddersfield just caught napping. They hadn't even, and I dare say Huddersfield hadn't even started to even think about the game yet. They just seem to be, we'll let them do the attack and we'll see what happens. And they didn't watch Small go down the side and down the right hand wing, and it's bang straight in the net. Put that one into there. Absolutely amazing. So we've. I'm looking through the Stockport lineup, and wow, that was just straight in the net. Burton I was going to go next to, because you've got Stockport on a sort of 4-2-2-2, which it's sort of like an attacking 4-4-2. What they've got. So they've got an attacking 4-4-2. Burton have got a 3-5-2, so they're sort of. They're trying to get that. They're trying to hold the midfield. And it's something that they've been doing quite well, Burton. I know where they are. I know that they haven't been playing that great, but they've been playing a sort of a solid midfield, 5 across midfield. And they've got it again here. And we'll see how that works. And again, Charlton have gone straight down that right-hand wing. Already 1-0 up after 39 seconds, for goodness sake. Charlton, dangerous throw in right next, a few yards up from the right-hand corner flag. Oh, no, it tried to go it long, but Evans kicks it straight back out for another throw-in. And they throw that one back in. That goes in the middle, and it's another long throw into the middle. Pearson now kicks that one away, and 3 minutes 30. And at the minute, it seems to be all. It seems to be all Charlton at the minute. We're gonna just. Which one we'll go to? We're gonna play that one. We're going to play the Stockport versus Burton Albion, because everybody knows that the television has the FA Cup on, so I'm sure people will be watching the FA Cup, Fulham versus Crystal Palace. I did have it on because it started a little bit earlier than the other games. But we'll go for Stockport Burton Albion. I think this is an important game. Burton Albion wanting to make sure they just try and get hold of Bristol Rovers in front of them, aren't they? Really, they could end this game with if they could win it with 40 points, and Bristol Rovers will be on 42. And you've got to remember, there's not many teams. There's not many teams winning a lot of games down there. Although Bristol Rovers are winning a couple. Northampton are winning a couple. Burton is certainly getting a few points down there. Cambridge have actually got, they nearly got a win, didn't they? Bless them last weekend. As Huddersfield shoot, but it's wide. And Shrewsbury, well, Shrewsbury are just Shrewsbury. They're going down. Unfortunately. But the rest of the teams down there are actually getting points, so Burton will be wanting here to get something from it. And I think if you look at the Burton side again, 5 across midfield, Malif, Lofthouse, Webster, Chalk and Dodgson. They've got a good League One side there, a good midfield. It can hold out for quite a long time. I have seen it play. I've seen it confuse a lot of midfielders and attackers as they try and get through it. Tends to get broken down eventually. That's my only point. But then they've got 3 at the back, which is not. And I never see any of those 5 drop back to help defence. And that's one of the things the manager said one of the other game or two ago. They're losing points because they're not playing as a team. Sometimes they play as at defence and then at midfield. They need more of a team orientation to it. So that's Stockport Burton we're listening to. I'll just get that to a point where you can hear me and hear the game. Charlton now 1-0 up. And really good. Matty Godden there with the goal for Charlton. It's officially on 1 minute. It was actually on 35 seconds. So quite a goal there. And what's happening at Fulham? I could actually look round the corner at the television, but it does have it on. But there's something happening at Fulham. Shall we have a quick look at what's happening? I'm going to have a quick look round the corner. What's happening at Fulham?
And his ball out wide. He's into a space where there's no blue shirt. Will play the ball up towards the halfway line.
Yeah, something's happened at Fulham that it stopped, and everybody's around the referee. So something's happened there. Crystal Palace were the ones attacking at the time.
Yeah, it was a lovely move from
and the Fulham players are surrounding the referee. Unfortunately, that's in the television in the other room. I'm actually watching the Burton game, because I think the Burton games for me is more important. You've got Stevenage near the top, trying to make sure they stay in that top area.
Break into the penalty area.
But as you can hear, Burton are not
Oh,
not giving up. Stockport in 5th position. Now, where would they go? 66 points. They go equal with Charlton. In fact, they go above Charlton. Well, yeah, they go equal with Charlton. I'm just wondering whether they've updated the fact that Charlton are winning. Let's see if this actually is. It's got it on, so it should be.
Looking for Toure, but it's hooked away from him.
Should be showing it.
To Stockport, midway inside the Burton half.
So Stockport would be ahead of Charlton on goal difference, I believe. I know they wouldn't. No, they're Stockport. Hang on a minute. What's Stockport? They've got 2 more points. Yeah, they'd be just below. They'd be just below Charlton by 1 point, wouldn't they? In 5th. So. It's going to make it difficult for Huddersfield. If Huddersfield lose, there's going to be one hell of a gap between Huddersfield in 6th and Stockport in 5th. That's going to be. This is going to be the point where we start seeing. If a gap does start occurring now, mentally it becomes a little bit difficult. You remember, by the end of today, they'll all have played 39 games. That's not many games left. Absolutely. So it's not 7 games. So 61 points for Huddersfield. At the minute we've got Stockport on 66, so you can see how we're looking at the points now and thinking that Stockport 0-0 at the minute, could finish on 68. If Huddersfield lose, they'll be.
Shot comes in, good save, it's put home. Is it a goal? Yes, the flag stays down. Wouldn't it was who reacts quickest from the rebound? The shot coming in from the edge of the box from Collar. It was pushed away. Good save from Crocombe. It looked all
Stockport
like
County take the lead, and see now we've got just what we said. Stockport County now leading, and with Charlton winning Huddersfield 1-0, Stockport winning Burton Albion 1-0. We now have. I quickly go before the update here. We've got Stockport County on 68 points in 5th. We've got in 6th Huddersfield on 61. 7 points behind. I mean, God forbid we get another gap opening up next week by 3 points. Then I think we've certainly got the top 5 sorted and done already, which is absolutely amazing. It really is, isn't it? I mean, what month we're in? March, and we're talking about the top 5 being the top 5, and let's see who gets 6th place. And at the beginning of the season, we certainly wouldn't have been thinking about Huddersfield and being one of several that might get the 6th slot. I really did think Huddersfield would be in that top 3-4 at the worst, but they just not been ticking. I thought getting rid of when they got rid of the manager, I thought they played a little bit better. I mean, they hadn't scored at home since one of my Huddersfield subscribers. They hadn't scored at home all the way from this year, all the way to getting rid of the manager Duff. And then the game after, was it 4 they scored at home? 4-5, something like that. And to me, they did seem to be playing a lot better football, Huddersfield. But at the minute, as we go into the Huddersfield game, just have a look at it. The Huddersfield game, Charlton went down the right wing, and they just crossed it in. Charlton crossed it in on the right wing. It was Thierry Small on the right wing, crossed it in really close to the corner, and it was straight in the net. And you're thinking, well,
striker with Barella up
Great
there,
one
as you see
too.
on our pictures,
Great cross.
Just commanding the halfway
And then
line.
that was on 39 seconds, I believe. And then about a minute later, they did the same, but Huddersfield kicked it out, and they got 2 throw-ins from that, right in the same point where Small crossed the ball. So there he is again, Small hugging that line down the right-hand side. This time he can't control it, and it's a Huddersfield throw. But Small seems to be a real big thorn in Huddersfield's side. Never mind Small thorn. He's an absolute big thorn. Really is. And it's getting rather insane at the minute down there, but you know, it's looking good. Please do like and subscribe. It does.
Yes, he has. He's thrown the keeper. Croker makes an excellent save. Still not properly clear. Eventually, he's headed away. It'll be picked up by Noyle on that right-hand side.
This is a Stockport game we're listening to.
Work back to Bate. His first touch though is poor, and Charlie Webster nips in and wins back possession. Great opportunity for the Hatters, but on this occasion, Crocombe ready for it, makes a save. He now gets it back from a back pass under a bit of pressure from Alafe, gets it up towards the halfway line.
Of course, Huddersfield now trying to desperately get the ball. They kicked it long, but it's Charlton who get this one in the defence. Charlton are really controlling this game. I mean, okay, it's at home, they are really good. What they've done is they've got a back 4, but they've got a staggered mid that is quite capable, including Connor, to pull back to make a 6 back. And they do. They absolutely do, if they need to do it. At the minute, they're not needing to do it, and these two are slightly further forward, creating sort of like a 5 mid, almost a flat 5 mid. But they're very, very good. It's only one straight out striker, but I would say that there's the 3 behind the striker are equally as, well, let's face it, they're equally as able to score. Godden, Doherty, cross it in, but Spencer, he loses it to Small, tries kicking it back in, Small, but Spencer's there to kick that one out, and a bit of a tussle, and Small grabs it again, tries passing it into the middle this time. Bulker now kicks it out at the halfway line for a Charlton throw, and it's all Charlton. They throw it back to Jones. Coventry crosses it long and hard into the corner, and Turton grabs it and crosses it, and it's a goal again. It's another goal for Charlton, and Charlton 2-0 up, and they're absolutely trouncing Huddersfield here. Small is being an absolute pain in the arse for Huddersfield. He's running down that right-hand side, and okay, he doesn't always get that tackling right, and he doesn't always win the ball, but when he does, he's an absolute pain in the butt. And it's now Charlton 2, Huddersfield 0, and it's not looking good. And I've got to put the Stockport one on there, so that's that one
Charlton
as well.
have got a second, so it's Charlton 2, Huddersfield 0. I'll get confirmation of that goal scorer.
Yeah, it's Campbell this time. So Matt Godden for the first one, Campbell for the second one, and it's 17 minutes through, guys. 17 minutes. And we have a game on here. It's Charlton 2, Huddersfield 0. Let's just see what that's going to do. Because if they start to score goals, Charlton do need goals to be able to try and push up. They're trying to catch Wickham and Wrexham, aren't they? But Wickham and Wrexham are losing points. 69 for Charlton, 71 points for Wickham, although they've played 2 games less than Charlton.
Yeah, definitely. It was a bit of a struggle. Max Crocombe came out of the penalty spot, like I said, and kind of
eight
closed down
points.
the
Yeah,
angle. So
they could possibly make it, but you'd have to be looking. Oh, bad goal kick for Huddersfield. Oh, what on earth was he thinking he was doing? Straight to Charlton midfield and nearly made him pay there. But yeah, you can see Charlton could do this. They could just sneak that second place. Don't think they will, but it's not beyond impossibility. I remember seeing Rotherham being in the top two, being first, and we came to Portsmouth, and when we came to Portsmouth, we lost 3-0.
It's a goal for Crystal Palace.
I thought I heard the roar from the other room. It is Crystal Palace who have scored, and actually, yeah, Crystal Palace. That's against the run of play. Absolutely against the run of play. They've been finding it difficult to actually get the ball, Crystal Palace, and yet Crystal Palace somehow have managed to get a goal. Totally against the run of play. The Fulham fans will be really hacked off at that. As Charlton to the left-hand side now with Edwards back, pulls it back, gets it back down the left-hand side to Edwards now, and Charlton are pushing nice and hard. They just don't seem to be able to stop this Charlton train at the minute. Not a free kick to Charlton, is it? We'll wait and see where this ball goes for Charlton. Charlton are actually really. They've kicked it all the way back. Long kick by Charlton into the box, and it's booted out by the defence as soon as it gets onto the ground. Charlton tap it down, but a Huddersfield player can't control it and gives it straight to Charlton, who try a little sneaky pass down the right-hand side, trying to get Small, but fail. Or does he? Small manages to tackle the ball back again. Tries tapping it in, but Pearson grabs it for Huddersfield. Tries tapping it forward, but Charlton kick it straight back in. Oh, a bit of a ping-pong ball here. Come on. Huddersfield kick it through. Charlton then kick it through. That's offside. A little bit scrappy now. This is starting to get a little bit like ping-pong ball. Bush, pass, bush, pass, bush, pass. One pass would be bloody good at the minute. As Huddersfield kick it in, and it's pushed out by Charlton. It's going to be a dangerous throw-in for Huddersfield. This is probably the, if I'm not mistaken, this is only their fourth time they've been in the final third, Huddersfield. 21 minutes and only the fourth big attack they've had. Let's see what they can do. Oh, they short it, and Small again tackles. He's gone all the way from one end of the pitch to the other, and he's gone from being a right at the front to being a defender at the back, and Small is doing. He really is being a pain in the arse, isn't he? I tell you what, if there's a man of the match that's going to come from this at the minute, there's only one for me, and it's Small for Charlton. He's absolutely he's running his legs off, and I just can't believe the amount of distance he's covering. Runs it down and tries passing it through so he can do a 1-2, but Huddersfield grab it, pass it into the goal, back out the right hand side for Huddersfield. Charlton tap it out to give Huddersfield a throw-in. Let's just check some of the other games. So now we've got a goal. Stockport 1, Burton Albion 0. Let's just look at the stats because that's one we're listening to.
Forde, who had missed
It's
the initial
Stockport 1,
appearance,
Burton
who
Albion
missed
0.
the
Goodwin
initial,
Malif
chance,
is now injured
sliding in, and there was
for
Dodson, and
Burton
it's a
Albion.
lovely
Not
save
something they
from,
need at this
Corey Adai.
stage of the season, is it? At the minute, it's 60% possession to Stockport, 40 to Burton Albion. 3 shots all on target for Stockport, 1 goal. 1 shot on target for Burton Albion. We haven't had 1 shot yet at this game that hasn't been on target. All 4 on target. Now that is incredible. That is incredible. We don't usually see that in League One games. But the two forward lines are certainly showing their capabilities here at Stockport. Stockport 1, Burton Albion 0. Stockport just ahead. They're ahead 1-0. They're ahead in the game. They're doing more shots. They're in the opposition's half more. At the minute, it does look like being a Stockport win. But
20 minutes gone. Stockport 1, Burton 0.
never say never. Charlton, I mean, you want to look at the odds. 6-1 on for Stockport, 6-1 against for a draw, 18-1 against for Burton Albion. I think that's a bit harsh because Burton are actually not playing too bad. That midfield just hasn't quite, that midfield 5 hasn't quite worked as well as what they thought. Let's have a look at one or two of the Championship games. Watford versus Plymouth. Let's just look at the odds, the stats first. Only 1 shot so far. That's
Crystal Palace 2, Fulham 0.
Crystal Palace 2. You heard it here. Crystal Palace 2. Not watching it because people can actually watch this on television. So that's why I'm not playing this one. It's so it's gone totally against the run of play. We've now got a second goal for Crystal Palace, which is really weird, isn't it? 70% possession to Watford, only 30 to Plymouth. But there's only been 1 shot, and it wasn't on target, but it was for Plymouth. So actually, I always say, if you don't shoot, you're not going to score. At the minute, Watford aren't shooting. They may have 70% possession, but with 27 minutes gone, no shots for Watford, even though they got 70% possession. I would be getting a little bit jittery if I was a Watford fan. That's not good enough as they Watford get it over the halfway line, cross it over to the left-hand side, and they've lost it straight away to the Plymouth back line. Let's have a look what that Plymouth back line looks like, because this is rather odd. That Plymouth back line does seem to be quite a solid one, doesn't it? So what are they playing? See, they're only playing they're playing a 3-back line. Sux, Katic and Pleguerzelo. Oh, for heaven's sake, Pleguerzelo. I'm no good with Italian names, stop it. And a 5 in midfield where the wingers come back to help to make it a 5. Plymouth are actually defending bloody well. Oh dear, but Watford's front, they've got 1 up front. As Plymouth have a shot off target by Hardy. The second shot second shot at goal, and it's gone to Plymouth again. You know, as Watford, can they have their first shot at target? Can they? Bayo is running down the middle.
And then obviously Toure as well battling
He's
with
trying to get through.
Got away from him, and then Toure just dragged him down.
We've got a corner now for
an identical position to the last one that Burton had.
28 minutes. Where are we?
Should have got an idea of the breeze now.
Gone all the way to the other end. It's now corner for Plymouth, believe it or not. Bayo goes down the middle, loses it, gets lobbed straight to the end. Corner for Plymouth.
Straight out of play for a Stockport throw in.
So we'll wait for the corner for Plymouth and see what happens.
Leading by a goal to 0. A goal scored in the first 10 minutes from.
See, Watford had Bayo up front. And he just couldn't take it through. But behind him, they've got Sissoko, Chekvidets, and Veta. Now, they would have thought that would have been almost like a 4 up front, isn't it?
Garner stand on the far side.
Plymouth's Plegwazend. I used to say Plegger. Kicks it out. But it's a Watford throw in the Plymouth half. Watford pass it back. Pollock, Loser. It's strange, but Loser's running back now into the defence. Oh, he loses it to Hardy. Gives it to Giabi, and Plymouth are in. Just can't do anything with it. Poor play from Plymouth, loses the ball to Andrews for Watford. Right in their own half, they lose it and then get it back. And there was more luck than judgment, I think. So we've got now Bashiro for Watford. Del Bashiro. He's on the left-hand side.
Set piece opportunities that Burton just haven't got the right club
at the minute. Watford just back out now for a Watford throw. And he throws it all the way back to the goal for Bundu. Tries throwing it through the middle for Pleggy. And he loses it to Watford. Oh no, oh God. Plegwazengo gets it from Plymouth. Loses it to Watford. Czech Vedettes doing a 1-2, passes it down to the right wing for Watford, and Pleggy gets it for Plymouth. Plegwazelo, Sorinola. Can we have some English names, please? Plymouth are caught offside. Oh dear, I don't want to be commentating on Plymouth Argyle. This is gonna. Oh dear. All the days when, in my day, when it was like Smith to Roberts to Evans. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's going for the ball.
Plymouth offside. It's going to be a free kick to. Offside kick to Watford. Let's look at some of the other games then. We've got Crystal Palace. Make sure I put that on, because it is Crystal Palace 2. Yeah, we have. It's Charlton 2. Yeah, we put that one on. That's okay. Luton Town. Let's go Hull City versus Luton Town. And Hull City have just had a shot. Let's have a look at the stats so far. 8 shots in this game so far. 5 to Hull City. And none of them on target. 3 to Luton Town, 1 on target. So to me, they're making the most of it. They'll make more than Hull City anyway. 68% possession to Hull City though, so they're just about controlling this game, but not well enough to stop Luton Town getting into their half. They'll follow a little bit of the game as Hull City tap it out on their own left side. So it's a right hand side throw in to Luton as we listen to the Burton game. See Burton losing 1-0. It's Hull City 0, Luton 0. We'll wait for the Luton Town throw in. They're taking their time. Short throw to Makoso. Makoso kicks it across from the right to the left wing. Doesn't quite get there. Bell gets it. Kicks it into the corner, but Coyle does a 1-2. Back to Pandu. Oh, I don't know how you want to pass it. Short back there to your goalkeeper when Luton Town are on the press. But they seem to get away with it. Panda, they're trying to almost play football rather than goalkeeping, because there's that many Luton players around him. Taps it short to Hughes, kicks it well out the way to the far left-hand corner. He gets kicked, crossed in, but Kaminski is equal to that one. It was a very good break by Hull then, but it was a break made out of the fact that Panda made the most of what he got, and he's got a back line of Luton Town players trying to push him and make him play it out. So he played it short and then he wellied it into the far left corner. And I tell you what, it worked. It worked. They did get across into the goal area.
So it's a bit of a nasty one.
As Luton kick it out, but only as far as the defence for Hull City. Back to Panda again. They keep passing it back to Panda. Or Pandor, isn't it? And Hull try passing it down the right-hand side, but Clark intercepts one of the passes and goes back to Adebayo, and Adebayo loses it immediately in the corner to Coyle. And on 33 minutes, we now have a corner to Luton Town. So Luton Town, Coyle there tapping it out. It'll be a corner to Luton. Let's see if Luton can put some pressure on the bottom now, because obviously, where are they? At the minute, they're 23rd on 36 points. This would get them equal 22nd, if you like, but they'd stay 23rd on goal difference. You're a long way back, halfway into the whole area, so they can cross it in down the left again. Panda just gets to that one nice and easy. Not a great cross from Luton.
He's going really long. He's basically booting it.
This would put a win here would put Luton Town very close to Stoke and Cardiff. We'd have two teams on 38 points at this point in time after this game. Derby and Luton would be on 38 points, and on 39 you would have Stoke and Cardiff. And of course Derby County play later, so as do Stoke and Cardiff. So it's going to be an interesting day, I think, because Luton Town aren't out of this one. I know that they've not got the majority of the ball. I know they've not got the majority of the play, but at the minute it's 5 shots off target for Hull City, 3 shots off target. 3 shots at target for Luton, 1 of them on target, and from 33%, that's actually not too bad. Luton try pushing it into the attacking third, but Hull City grab that. Hull City down the left with McLaughlin. Hull City now just passing it sedately at the back, and it's almost like they're so confident. Hull City are just showing up a little bit of confidence. They lost it there in midfield, and they just confidently just went and took the ball off the Luton player and down the left-hand wing. And Luton kick it away back into the Hull City half. Puerta for Hull City on the middle. Alzat now runs to the right wing. Is he going to thread it through the right? Yes, he does. Oh, and it's crossed from the right straight away to the left for Palmer. Palmer to Gerhardt to Palmer. A couple of 1-2s in the far left-hand corner there for Hull City. They're pressing now. Gerhardt again. What's he going to do here? Oh, he's running with it. He's running into the box. He's got into the box. He pulls it back. 37 minutes and for heaven's sake, where's he? He can't do anything with it, and it's pushed back, and that was a chance and a half. He did a really good job of getting in there, Gerhardt, but just couldn't make anything of it, and ends up actually apparently he has run it out. Didn't quite control that last touch, did he? Going to be a Luton Town goal kick. I thought he kept that one in, but he hasn't. Hull City
separating the two sides.
trying to defend now as Morris goes down the right hand side for Luton, loses it to Hughes, who kicks it really long and straight to the far right hand side, and Alzat now pulls it back to Alzat. Puerta in the middle. What's he going to do? Pass it to the left? Yes, he's going to pass it to the left to Hughes. And now they're going to try and go down the left hand side if they can just pull that defender across. Goes down the left, and no, crosses in, but it's an easy one there for Luton Town, and it's going to be a goal kick to Luton Town. It's not as straightforward as you think, that game.
And that allows him to get a few step overs in.
Let's look at the Fulham Crystal Palace stats for the first half, shall we? It's 63% possession to Fulham. Like I say, Fulham were way on top until the first goal. 63% possession to Fulham, 37 to Crystal Palace, 7 shots to Fulham, 2 on target, none in the net, 5 shots to Crystal Palace, 4 on target, 2 in the net. They may only have the ball a third of the time, but they're 2-0 up, and not actually watching us on the television in there. Obviously you can watch that on ITV, but it's this is how many times do you think Crystal Palace have been in the final third? I'll say Fulham have been in the final third 24 times. Crystal Palace 7. 7 times they've been in Fulham's defensive area, and out of those 7 they've shot 5 times. And 4 of them have been on target, and 2 of them in the net. So you can't complain about stats like that, can you? Fulham fans will be absolutely gutted. They'll be gutted when the first one went in. They'll certainly be gutted when the second one did. We're listening to the Stockport Burton game. Let's have a quick go back to it. 3 shots. I mean, it's still the same as it was right at the beginning. 3 shots for Stockport, 3 on target. 1 shot for Burton, 1 on target. And it's Stockport 1, Burton 0. It's quite even though. This game is actually a lot more even than what you might think. Crocombe now for Burton Albion. Let's see what they can do, because they're not out of this. They're not out of this. Sweeney down the middle to Webster. That nice midfield line holding up nicely. Cross it to Chalk. Dodgson on the left hand side. Crossing it to McKeon, and didn't get it at first, but then he gets it at the second touch. Pass it to Dodgson to Chalk. They were lucky there, they nearly lost it. Ford in the middle. Over to Malif. Listening to this guy. Oh, hang on. Godwin Malif. Malif has ran straight across. Pulls it back. Burrell has a shot off target.
Webster with the shot. Oh, and who did that come off in the end? I think it may have hit the defender actually in front of the die.
No, it was Burrell, I thought, but never mind.
Gone behind. It didn't quite see who it came off from the angle that we're seeing from our cameras. But again, he's down.
It is a corner.
Side, Joseph, as the ball
it's a corner to Burton.
The ball shot rattles into the back of the defender.
Yeah, it's a lovely strike from Webster, but it's a brilliant move by
Godwin
Malif. Linked up
is this the 5th straight corner
on this right hand side yet again. Gets him behind. It looks like he's going out, so he just has to swing his foot at it. Yeah. And there was Webster unmarked to get the
there's actually 5 corners in this game, all to Burton Albion. Every single corner has been to Burton Albion.
Headed back across, still bouncing around before a die leaps
a die gets that one.
Inside his 6-yard. I think it was Sweeney who got the final header, but he just kind of ended up looping it up in the air, and Corey Dye was quickly out.
Burton Albion are they're not giving up on this one.
Starting to find some space for Burton.
Yeah, they're not giving up, are they? It's Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 2, Hull City 0, Luton 0, Watford 0, Plymouth 0,
He gets a little nudge in the back.
We saw the 2 goals for Charlton. Charlton 2, Huddersfield 0. Charlton were running that one. Let's have a look at whether Huddersfield have got back into it at all. They have a little bit, but look at these for stats. 10 shots for Charlton, 1 shot for Huddersfield. Charlton 3 shots on target, 2 in the net. There's only 1 winner on this one. At the minute, Huddersfield can come back, remember, but Charlton are very good at home and very good defensively. Charlton have a goal kick.
Where the runners were, put it into a central position, hoping that Nora Larfay were on the
We'll wait for that.
Heading forward, but they weren't. They stood watching the ball drift over their heads.
He's taking his time. Short, back down the right-hand side for Charlton, but Bolker gets that for Huddersfield. Then Bolker can try and thread it down the left, but just doesn't get it. It's intercepted by Ramsey for Charlton, and he's trying to run it. He runs down almost into the corner, crosses it in, and it's a Huddersfield goalkeeper kicks that one out towards Pearson. And they're going to try and burst down the right-hand side, perhaps. No, it's a 1-2 in the defensive area. Pearson now still in defence. Nichols. They're not. Welly it down the middle, but Jones finds that one easy. Kicks it to the left side, but no, he does. Edwards gets it on the second kick. Tries threading it into the corner, but Nichols gets it for Huddersfield. Teasing little pushes of the ball as Nichols does it to Turton. Taylor pushes it forward, but Jones kicks it back into the Huddersfield half. Coventry now for Charlton, and he tries doing a 1-2 but loses it. Evans gets it in the middle for Huddersfield down the left-hand side. Oh, there's that guy again, Small. That's what Small can do. Listening to the Burton game, because I think that's one game at the bottom which could be quite interesting. Burton is a 1-0 down, but it's Stockport 1, Burton 0, but Stockport have actually had 5 corners so far to Stockport's none, so they're not giving in. Charlton intercept a little corner attempt there, and it's 5 minutes injury time at Charlton.
3 Burton players on him, and as he's just trying to turn forward to just clip the back of his legs, he falls down to his knees and then fully falls down. But there was plenty of Stockport players up alongside him, and Burton just seemed to not really get back in numbers.
Will come forward then to maybe take this one.
Right, so half time at Hull City. It's Hull City 0, Luton Town 0. It's still half time at Fulham. Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 2, and that is against the run of play. At Watford, let's have a look at this. It's shot off target by Vetter as we go in, and Watford are really pushing here, but they just can't see 68% possession, and yet they just don't seem to be doing anything with it. In fact, it's an XG for Watford of 0, and an XG for 0.02 now. It's just changed, and an XG for Plymouth of 0.47. So absolutely amazing. Watford have got everything, but Plymouth are doing more with the ball with their 30% possession than what Watford are with their 70. 4 shots to Plymouth, 1 on target. It could easily have been 30% possession and 1-0 up by half time this game for Plymouth. So Plymouth are, as they go into half time, it's Watford 0, Plymouth 0. Charlton 2, Huddersfield 0. Let's see how many minutes we've got. 5
quite a
minutes
high line,
extra
just
time, so another 3
pressurising
minutes here.
This Stockport side.
That's Huddersfield now.
Had plenty of chances. They had one
Down
with
the
Webster,
right-hand
but,
side to
Ethan
Marshall.
Pye got in the way of that one, but it looked dead set to score.
Tries pushing it into right-hand corner, but Gillespie's there to try and thread it back, but he threads it back straight to Hodge. And Hodge now has a chance, but he's got lots of people around him. 47 minutes, and it's a corner to Huddersfield. So Huddersfield have a last-minute corner for this half. It's probably another couple of minutes, so they've got enough time to have this one plus another attack from one side or the other.
We are up to 45 minutes in our game. There will be a little bit of additional time to play, I'm sure, for a couple of injuries that Elliot Bell.
Luton Town not doing too well against Hull, but it's a corner. Hang on.
Cross is blocked out. It will break away for Webster. First time.
Does it hit the post?
From him is headed behind by Pye, and therefore it will be another corner kick opportunity.
Something's happened.
For Burton again, the attack comes down.
Something's happened at Charlton in the Charlton box.
Tries to get the crossing quickly,
it's okay.
It's out, fell back
for a minute there, I thought they were going to give a penalty, but they haven't. Really thought that was going to be a penalty to Huddersfield there, but at the end it wasn't.
Towards the far post, Corriadai closing away, still not properly clear. Eventually it's hacked out of the penalty area.
And it's Charlton 2, Huddersfield 0, Stockport 1, Burton 0. Into League 2, it's Accrington Stanley 0, Bradford 0, and it's Crewe 0, Port Vale 0. They're both half-time.
Burton man gone down who's claiming a penalty. I think it's McKiernan, and then there's going to be a foul here. Challenge coming back, and a little bit of afters between Lofthouse and Fevrier. Fevrier doesn't like the challenge of Lofthouse, and now we've got both sets of players in. Everybody's having their say. Everybody's having a little push and shove.
It's a tussle. It's a tussle. We fight. There's a tussle at Stockport. Burton wants a penalty.
For Kieran Lofthouse. A shame after having an excellent first
it's
half.
a minute and a half left at Burton, and after this it's probably going to be 2.5, 3.5 minutes. Let's see what the referee says here, because
inside the box, no, McKiernan leaves his foot in, February falls over it. Would you agree with both of those?
Yeah, definitely. I think just a bit of Burton were just a little bit annoyed because it was Fevrier who
yellow card to Burton.
McKiernan, and then comes Lofthouse.
The yellow card for Stockport.
Was just getting
Stop
away,
arguing, get on with the game.
There was no real need to react from
basically,
and
yeah, what Stockport 1, Burton 0, and we nearly got a penalty there, but he just sort of like jumped over the foot, didn't he?
Just settles down. There has been a yellow card, by the way, for Fevrier and Kieran Lofthouse.
Yeah, both players getting it. Lofthouse for the challenge.
It's now half time at Charlton. Charlton 2, Huddersfield 0. Nearly got a penalty there as well. So that was a close call for Huddersfield. Didn't get it, so that's that one over. We've got half time in League 2. So the only one we're waiting for here is this game, which is Stockport 1, Burton 0. Somewhere in the next minute we should be seeing the
one last chance for the home side as they win a throw in deep inside the Burton half on the
kicked out by Burton, throw in to Stockport, short to the to Fevrier. Fevrier wouldn't and kicks it back instead of it's facing the wrong way. Triangle back to quarter back into Fevrier, and it's called for half time. Stockport 1, Burton 0. We're going to go for a coffee. I'll see you all in a minute, and I'll leave you listening to the Stockport Burton argument. If nobody turns up in the second half, we will be calling it we'll be getting ready for the 3 o'clock ones then. So enjoy yourself if anybody's there. We'll talk to you in about 5-10 minutes time.
Stockport have the lead at the break. The only goal coming inside the first 10 minutes. Carl Wooden scored it. Crocombe straight into the path of the Stockport striker, who headed it home for his first goal in 2 months. They had another chance with Lafe, one-on-one with Crocombe, but the New Zealand keeper made an excellent save. At the other end, 2 chances, both worked down the left-hand side by Lofthouse and Goodwin Malife. The first one found Dodgson, whose shot was saved by Adai. The second to Webster, his shot was blocked by Pye. Half-time, Stockport 1, Burton 0. Home side lead at the break. The only goal coming inside the first 10 minutes. Collar's shot was saved by Crocombe, but came straight back to Carl Wooden, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Olafe raced away from the defence, but saw his efforts saved by Crocombe. Then chances for Burton at the other end, mainly created by Lofthouse and Goodwin Malife. The first across, Dodgson's shot was saved. The second, Webster's shot was blocked by Pye. Half-time, Stockport 1, Burton 0. Home side lead at the break. The only goal coming inside the first 10 minutes. Collar's shot was saved by Crocombe, but came straight back to Carl Wooden, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Olafe raced away from the defence, but saw his efforts saved by Crocombe. Then chances for Burton at the other end, mainly created by Lofthouse and Goodwin Malife. The first across, Dodgson's shot was saved. The second, Webster's shot was blocked by Pye. Half-time, Stockport 1, Burton 0. Home side lead at the break. The only goal coming inside the first 10 minutes. Collar's shot was saved by Crocombe, but came straight back to Carl Wooden, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Olafe raced away from the defence, but saw his efforts saved by Crocombe. Then chances for Burton at the other end, mainly created by Lofthouse and Goodwin Malife. The first across, Dodgson's shot was saved. The second, Webster's shot was blocked by Pye. Half-time, Stockport 1, Burton 0. Home side lead at the break. The only goal coming inside the first 10 minutes. Collar's shot was saved by Crocombe, but came straight back to Carl Wooden, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Olafe raced away from the defence, but saw his efforts saved by Crocombe. Then chances for Burton at the other end, mainly created by Lofthouse and Goodwin Malife. The first across, Dodgson's shot was saved. The second, Webster's shot was blocked by Pye. Half-time, Stockport 1, Burton 0. Home side lead at the break. The only goal coming inside the first 10 minutes. Collar's shot was saved by Crocombe, but came straight back to Carl Wooden, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Olafe raced away from the defence, but saw his efforts saved by Crocombe. Then chances for Burton at the other end, mainly created by Lofthouse and Goodwin Malife. The first across, Dodgson's shot was saved. The second, Webster's shot was blocked by Pye. Half-time, Stockport 1, Burton 0. Home side lead at the break. The only goal coming inside the first 10 minutes. Collar's shot was saved by Crocombe, but came straight back to Carl Wooden, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Olafe raced away from the defence, but saw his efforts saved by Crocombe. Then chances for Burton at the other end, mainly created by Lofthouse and Goodwin Malife. The first across, Dodgson's shot was saved. The second, Webster's shot was blocked by Pye. Half-time, Stockport 1, Burton 0. Home side lead at the break. The only goal coming inside the first 10 minutes. Collar's shot was saved by Crocombe, but came straight back to Carl Wooden, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Olafe raced away from the defence, but saw his...
What a header it was into the back of the net to beat Lee Nichols in goal. Charlton had a start firing out of the traps around the 16th-minute mark. Lovely ball left on the side time. It's Campbell half-time at the Valley, and it's the horse Charlton Athletic who lead. It's Charlton Athletic 2, Huddersfield Town 0. A fast and furious start, 30 seconds on the clock, and a lovely whipped-in cross from Thierry Small on the head of Matt Godden. What a header it was into the back of the net to beat Lee Nichols in goal. Charlton had a start firing out of the traps around the 16th-minute mark. A lovely ball left on side time. It's Campbell half-time at the Valley, and it's the horse Charlton Athletic who lead. It's Charlton Athletic 2, Huddersfield Town 0. A fast and furious start. 30 seconds on the clock, and a lovely whipped in cross from Thierry Small on the head of Matt Godden. What a header it was into the back of the net to beat Lee Nichols in goal. Charlton had a start firing out of the traps around the 16-minute mark. Lovely balls left on the side. Tyrese Campbell half-time at the Valley, and it's the host Charlton Athletic who lead. It's Charlton Athletic 2, Huddersfield Town 0. A fast and furious start. 30 seconds on the clock, and a lovely whipped in cross from Thierry Small on the head.
Side lead at the break. The only goal coming inside the first 10 minutes. Collar's shot was saved by Crocombe, but came straight back to Calwood, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Lafe raced away from the defence, but saw his efforts saved by Crocombe. Then chances for Burton at the other end, mainly created by Lofthouse and Goodwin Malife. The first across, Dodgson's shot was saved. The second, Webster's shot was blocked by Pye. Half-time, Stockport 1, Burton 0. Home side lead at the break. The only goal coming inside the first 10 minutes. Collar's shot was saved by Crocombe, but came straight back to Calwood, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Lafe raced away from the defence, but saw his efforts saved by Crocombe.
Well, look, if there's anybody in, do give me a quick thumbs up. My screen says nobody. Just been looking at the Fulham game. The problem with the Fulham, you look at that, Fulham are on top, but Crystal Palace are having really crisp one-touch football. Pass it, kick it. Pass it, kick it. Fulham in attack, and they were pass it, stud it, tap it, kick it. By which time you've stunned it, you've tapped it, and you get to the ball to pass it. And Crystal Palace have moved, and they're ready to stop you from crossing it in. They need to be more clinical and more one-touch football like Crystal Palace are. At the minute, Fulham just aren't cooking it. They seem to be just they've not got the one-touch going.
Was saved by Crocombe, but came straight back to Calwood, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport.
So it's Fulham 0, Crystal Palace 2. And to be honest, on that performance, Crystal Palace will win that.
The first across, Dodgson's shot was saved. The second, Webster's shot was blocked by Pye. Half-time, Stockport.
I liked the one-touch football from Crystal Palace. Really was good.
The first 10 minutes, Collar's shot
not too keen.
Came straight back to Calwood, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Lafe raced away from the defence, but saw his efforts saved by Crocombe. Then chances for Burton at the other end, mainly created by Lofthouse and Goodwin Malife. The first across, Dodgson's shot was saved. The second, Webster's shot.
If nobody's in, we're going to call it a day.
Stockport 1, Burton 0.
I don't mind because it's 1:30. Gives me an hour and a half to get 3 o'clock ones ready.
Straight back to Calwood, who headed home for his first goal in 2 months. A second chance for Stockport as Lafe raced away from the defence.
We're going to do that then. Nobody's listening. Not going to do it to himself. So there we are. It's John S. Sports Home. We've done another first half. Actually, we got a few this today. So thank you to the ones that did turn up. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You didn't enjoy it too much because you've all buggered off. But never mind. Thank you for joining anyway.